Hello everyone, this is Korean Billy,
American John,
and Canadian Josh.
Canadian guest, Canadian viewers, come here, join us.
A little bit of pressure here.
So today in this video, we're going to be finding out vocabulary differences between American English and Canadian English. I am going to show you pictures and ask you what you call the object in each photo and write down the word with your English. American English and Canadian
I'm not
English.
guessing his English.
The first one is this one.
One of my favorite foods.
I don't really have that in Korea though.
No, what I missed most about America was this, along with hot dogs inside.
Oh. Alright, so 3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow. Interesting. Mac and cheese. Mac and cheese. If you want the whole name, macaroni and cheese.
What about you?
This is interesting.
People just say KD in this photo. I was like, does brand matter? Because Kraft Dinner is massive in North America, where you have a brand totally associated with something. So most of the time, KD. So that's why I wrote that. But then, of course, the actual proper name for the food, we would call it mac and cheese.
Oh.
Wow. Yeah, I would say Kraft is also huge, of course, in the U.S. Very big. And so Kraft mac and cheese is, something people could say. They don't say Kraft dinner, but they'll say something like get the Kraft.
Get the Kraft.
Maybe even if it's not Kraft brand, they might say that for mac and cheese, but it's very rare. I'd say usually mac and cheese. But my favorite is Annie's. My address is below. Please send it. I'm just joking.
Annie's is huge in Canada too.
Annie's, what's your favorite flavor?
All of them.
All of them? I'll go for the white cheddar as my mainstay.
Oh,
I almost said that.
Yeah.
White cheddar, and then just throw some pepper on that.
Man, pepper is so good.
Have you heard of I'm having KD?
No, I would not. I would actually not. If someone said I'm having KD, I'd be like, but if you said Kraft dinner, I would think it's Kraft company, but I wouldn't automatically think mac and cheese.
The next one is this one. Wow.
Oh, okay. This is not the Italian pasta.
Oh, I thought for sure. I was like, that's pasta.
No.
Yeah, I feel like I got this.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, no way. Oh, I did not expect that.
Oh.
So in America again?
Rubber bands.
Rubber bands. Yeah, rubber bands. And the rubber bands is in the bracket. In Canada.
Yeah.
Rubber
Only
band, go into the bracket.
Get into the bracket.
In Canadian English?
I'm quite sure more commonly just elastic.
Wow.
Elastics.
I wouldn't even ask for it as a singular. It's almost always just a plural. So it's where are the elastics?
Do you have some elastics?
Exactly.
Bring me some elastics.
Yeah, I wouldn't. It's very rare. I would say I want one.
Unelastic.
Exactly.
Unelastic.
If you said rubber band, again, everyone would probably understand. No worries. This game is making me question myself.
Every time that happens.
Okay.
Because you're with other people, you're like, what am I right? Am I wrong?
Yeah.
So have you not heard of elastics?
I would have never known elastics personally. Well, elastic is always an adjective, saying elastic what? Elastic band maybe. But an elastic band would be like maybe the hair tie that you use or something that's elastic but not, or like on the underwear or something is the elastic band.
Yeah.
But as for someone said, give me the elastics, I would just be like, maybe through context it could be okay.
Yeah.
Where are the elastics? Some random person just says, I like on your underwear, I guess this is kind of elastic. Where are the elastics? I don't know.
That's pretty cool.
Super
actually.
confusing.
Didn't you know that Americans don't really use that word elastics?
I had no idea. This has been really interesting to hear.
Yeah.
You've been thinking it's just a normal word.
Yeah, for sure.
Everyone uses.
Pretty much. I just assumed that Americans also said elastics.
Elastics, wow.
And the next one is this one.
Got it. You have a long name there?
3, 2, 1. Okay, American English, bathroom.
Sure.
Canadian English, bathroom and washroom.
You just wash there?
My mom used to grill me on that. There is a distinct difference between technically a washroom and a bathroom. And sometimes you'll hear people, because of British influence, right? They'll use the loo, they'll say water closet, things like that.
Toilet.
The toilet, Honestly, you could go anywhere. You can say both words. Doesn't matter.
Okay. And in America, we'd understand. If you said, oh, the washroom's around the corner, I would never expect it to just be a washroom.
Exactly.
Yeah. Technically, bathroom is also incorrect because I don't see any baths in that picture.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Washroom. So you don't just wash your hands at the bathroom.
Correct.
Although you should wash your hands in the bathroom.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, you should use it as a washroom at least once.
Yeah.
Mama also said that.
Yeah.
What about the word restroom?
Oh,
Do you also use restroom?
I now have both.
There we go.
So you use restroom
Yeah,
as well.
I would say restroom is going to be your more formal, or at least what you're going to see at a restaurant or something similar to that, rather than your everyday conversation.
So not like in someone's house. It's more like at a department store.
Where's your restroom? You could if you're trying to be more formal, or
okay.
polite, I guess.
So it's more like a formal way.
Yeah.
You too?
Yeah, restroom has that posh British kind of restroom
okay.
where you're trying to be more discreet about what you have to do, but most of the time when we're talking, it would be
Washroom.
or bathroom.
Now, I have to say, washroom is used. It's just not used in the parts that I grew up in. I believe, like the west and the northern parts don't use it as much. Midwest and south, there might be a little bit more extra usage of washroom. It does depend area by area, but I would say mainly if you're using bathroom, it's going to be perfect across the board.
Yeah. The next one is this one.
Oh my gosh.
The spelling could be a bit tricky.
Yeah, I haven't wrote that word in a long time.
Okay, so 3, 2, 1.
I'm about 60% confident of my answer. I would just call, that's the rain gutter. But I feel like it's something like rain gutter or rain
Okay.
drain.
Yeah.
Something rain.
So
Thank
rain
you.
gutter or just gutter, I would say.
Sure.
Like I would say cleaning the gutters. So maybe I'll put
Yeah.
a little thing there, and there we go, and just cross that out.
Now we fixed it.
Gutter. Canadian one?
Eaves trough.
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 Yeah.
We do sometimes say gutter. Rain gutter, I could see that. If you said that, totally understand, no problem. As far as like eaves trough.
And I feel like the eaves trough would not be understood in America. Maybe some people that might live closer to the northern border, or some people who have maybe a background that know words that have to do with house building, because eaves is a house term.
Yeah.
They might be like, oh yeah, I can get what that means, but from where I come from, eaves trough would be not understood.
Yeah. The pronunciation is very tricky. Eve.
Trough.
And it sounds exotic in some way.
We are exotic people.
Yeah, Canadians are
Go to
exotic.
Canada, it's exotic.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the next one.
Okay.
Oh, that's it. I always wanted these when I was a kid. It was like the number one thing I had on my Christmas list for like
Really?
5 years.
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
Bathrobe or just robe is okay most of the time.
bathrobe.
Especially in context, you can just say robe.
It looks like a robe.
I did not know that.
And in Canada?
House coat.
House coat.
Yeah.
I would have been like, are you saying house cat in a weird accent?
Yeah, house coat. That was what I wrote on my Christmas list for a few years in a row.
Want some house coats,
Yeah,
man.
exactly. Or bathrobe.
Yeah. You also use bathrobe then.
You can, yeah. A bathrobe gives the idea what John was talking about just from the bath to your bed, or in my mind, in the preparation for going to bed. But house coat, we just literally wear it everywhere. I mean, Canada's cold, and so when you get a nice thick, it's got some good weight to it.
It's not because it's become a coat, not
kind
just a
of.
robe.
It's a
Right.
literal house coat.
Yeah.
Like a hot chocolate, and you just walking around. Yeah, I mean, this is
You paint a good picture.
Ah.
I'm back on team house coat.
yes.
Totally, I'm doing this when I actually can buy one.
Yeah.
Walk around, have my hot cocoa.
Yep.
Or morning coffee. Oh man, that sounds so good.
And can Americans understand the word house coat?
I mean, there could be Americans who understand this, of course. I did not know this at all.
But also within Canada, there
Yeah.
are some areas or neighborhoods which are very close to the US.
Yeah, sure.
So are such areas kind of like influenced by American culture, or is it just Canada, independent from that neighborhood?
Well,
That's a really good question. So that border, right?
Yeah.
One of my friends maintained living in Canada, but every day she would drive across the border because it was so
Right.
close. And then she worked at a hospital in America.
Oh,
Wow.
So
wow.
she would do that all the time. That's, I mean, it's just a line, right? The border in Canada and America is fairly fluid. I've had Canadian friends who do a lot of business in America, but it costs way too much to ship things across the border. So they have their own post office right at the border. So then Canadians will rent a locker, and then you can ship things in America to the locker.
So
Literally.
awesome.
Walk across the border,
Yeah.
pick
Oh
up what you
my
want,
God.
and then just walk back, and it's fine. So in answer
Yeah.
to your question, a lot of Canada is just influenced by America. So those towns, I haven't lived in them that are like by the border, but I imagine they're like pretty much any other town in Canada.
Yeah, and also like Northwest or Northern America and Canada have a lot in common, I would say,
Yeah.
when it comes to English as
Yeah,
well.
I'd especially say like the Midwest, the North Midwest accent can be similar to what the stereotypical Canadian pronunciation is,
Yeah.
especially with the O's. So I think there's a lot of influence. I did live near Canada in Montana. However, I felt zero influence from Canada. But maybe if you live in like, you know, Washington State or Maine or, you know, Minnesota, that area, there might be more influence. But yeah, drop a comment. Tell me about it.
So again,
Bathrobe.
bathrobe.
Right? Bathrobe.
Yeah, bathrobe. You're right.
Now I'm double checking.
Don't forget. And in Canada.
Housecoat or bathrobe.
Alright, so we've been taking a look at vocabulary differences between American English and Canadian English.
I learned actually a lot. I
Yeah,
didn't
so
think,
did
I
I.
thought Canada and America were very, very similar, and I guess they are, but
Yeah.
there's a few out there.
What shocked me was that even just a simple word like elastics.
Yeah. What's
I
elastic?
had no idea.
Yeah.
That was
Man.
that was cool.
Yeah.
Shocking for me too.
I also hope you guys learned a lot from this video as well. And before we finish the video, don't forget to check out John's YouTube channel, Pagoda1, up there. And also check out John's and Josh's Instagram accounts up there. My Instagram account over there as well. Okay, so I think that's it for today. If you like this video, don't forget to press thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and turn on the notification bell. Alright, and that's it for today. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!
See you.